Hello there, Libra. Thank you so much for stopping by for your tarot video forecast for the week of April 18th through the 24th. The cards that you have, let's just start with Monday. You have the King of Cups showing up in reverse. This is somebody that you're going to be dealing with on Monday who is really good at expressing their emotions. For most of you, this will be a male, although for some a female. We are doing a general reading, so I never narrow down genders on general readings. Um, this person is really good about expressing emotion normally, but I think on Monday, when I feel into this person's energy, they just feel pissed. They have had it to the max and they are getting ready to let people know that. So I feel like you are going to be interacting with this person and you're going to be around to see him let people know that. You may be one of the people that he's letting know that. It's interesting because I get this card regular enough that I know what it normally feels like, but there's something different about it this time. To me, it feels like this person is talking to a group of people. So this could be like a coach talking to the team, or this could be at work, like one of the supervisors talking to that team, or one of the, like a CEO talking to a management team. But this is somebody who I'm being told has had enough. Has had enough. Um, and in most cases, I feel like he's very justified in where he's coming from and in what he's saying. I also feel like whoever this person is, they have kind of let people have second chances and third chances and fourth chances. And it's kind of gotten to the point where people are sort of walking all over and kind of taking it for granted that everything will be fine if they just kind of do things their way. And so, you know, I just keep hearing fed up. He's just fed up. He's fed up with being disrespected and he's fed up with being taken for granted. And he has just decided that this is enough. Stuff's going to come to an end. So I feel like you're part of the crowd that he is so aggravated about. I don't feel like you're the person who really has him totally aggravated. I mean, I don't feel like you're the person who's done like the thing that sent him over the edge, or I don't feel like you're the worst in the crowd, definitely. But I do feel like you're part of, most of you Libras are part of this situation that has them so frustrated. Okay, so that's going to be kind of a tough scenario to deal with. I think that this guy, he's justified. To me, it feels like he's really, in most cases, he's very justified in how he feels and in what he says. But I think that the way that he is handling it is so out of character that it really kind of blows everybody's mind. And I think also that he's kind of put up with it for a long time, long time, long time, long time, long time. A lot of residual going in there that he's been holding on to emotionally, and it's coming out now. I mean, especially if this guy's a water sign, like I know I'm a Scorpio, I know I will hold off. I won't say anything for a long time because what's the point? But then when I hit that point where it's like, oh no, we're done now, then people start getting out of the way really fast. Not that I'm proud of that, but that's kind of how it works with me. And if this guy's a water sign, if he's like that, this is kind of what it is. This is a side of him that you won't see very often. And I also feel like once he says what he needs to say, and I feel like he could say this better if he wasn't so upset and aggravated and didn't have all this residual built up. And I think he realizes later he could have handled it better, but in the moment, he's not there. Um, I also want to say that it feels like after he says what he needs to say, I feel like people are going to take notice. They're going to start doing what he wants the way he wants it. And once that happens, I feel like all of this blows over. It's like, okay, I've said what I need to say. They're doing what they need to do. Life is good now. All right, so that's what I have coming in for you guys on Monday. And then on Tuesday, what we have showing up is we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is just telling me that on Tuesday, there is something coming to an end, and it feels like it's a long, drawn-out battle. For some of you, this is going to be a battle of words or a battle of ideas with somebody else that has been going on for a long time. And for some of you, this is going to be an internal battle that you've been having with yourself about how to handle a certain situation in your life. But I do feel like that battle, the last nail is put in the coffin there. That battle is done and over by the end of Tuesday. And it feels to me like a relief. Okay, that's done. Whether you win or not, I think it feels like a relief. All right, let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, you guys have the Moon card showing up. The Moon card just means that you have a situation in your life on Wednesday where you basically have just enough information to know that there's a lot more information about this that's not being revealed than there is that is being revealed. The thing is that you're having a hard time putting your fingers on the actual information that's not really at the surface here. So that's Wednesday. There's something fishy going on. Now, when this is indicated by the Moon card, I don't know if I even showed you this card, but it is the Moon card. And when this type of situation is indicated by the Moon card, to me, I get really hesitant when I see this come up for myself to participate in any situation that feels funky or feels like there's a rat in the woodpile, because the Moon card really says to me that if you have all the information, you probably are not going to want to be involved in this situation as much as you are right now. Now, it's not necessarily that you would walk away from whatever that situation is, whether it's an investment opportunity or whether it's a relationship or whatever it is, but at the same time, even though you may not want to walk away if you knew everything, maybe you wouldn't put yourself out there as much in whatever way, whether it's financially or whether it's just in the energy that you're investing into the situation or whatever it is. So when I see this card come up, it's kind of like my warning bell that, okay, everything is not as it appears, and there's stuff here that would change my mind about where I want to be with this situation. So for me, I hold off on interacting with whatever that situation is as long as I can, just to see what does come to the surface, because eventually everything does come to the surface. Even if you read the Bible says whatever is whispered in the dark will be shouted from the rooftops. And I have found that in my life to be very true. So just hold off. If you have a fishy situation on Wednesday and you can hold off before committing anything to it, I would do that. Thursday, Ace of Clubs showing up. This is a new idea, and this is a new idea about something you're really excited about or passionate about. So it can be a new idea about a hobby, it can be a new idea about a way to enhance a certain relationship, it can be a new idea about enhancing your business or about enhancing something going on at work if you work for somebody else. This can really come in any area of your life. But the key here is that this new idea is about something that you're excited about. And it is just a new idea. So it hasn't been, the foundation is not set on this idea. Right now it's just an idea. And you can take this forward and move it forward if you want, or you can decide for whatever reason that it's an idea, but it's not something you have the time or the resources to work with. But whichever way you go, you have some kind of new idea that you have the choice to follow through on Thursday if you want to. Now, let's look at Friday. Five of Clubs showing up in reverse. Five of Clubs in reverse. This is, for me, this is what I call an unhealthy competition. The difference between a healthy competition and an unhealthy competition is in a healthy competition, once you get to the end of the competition, whether you've won or not, you have a new skill or an enhanced skill or an enhanced talent or ability that you wouldn't have had you not gotten into that competition. So like if you train to run a marathon and you run the marathon, obviously you've got more stamina. Maybe you've even got more speed. Maybe you can breathe easier. So there are some very obvious benefits to that competition. Now, an example of a not so healthy competition would be sibling rivalry, where somebody comes out the supposed winner and everybody else kind of comes out with beat up self-esteem. And a lot of times mom and dad come out in the middle, pulled both ways. So not so healthy. Not really anything good to show for that. Even if you win, it's really what you win you have to kind of question. So this is some kind of unhealthy competition that you're involved in on Friday. Ooh, I'm hearing some of you actually may instigate this. Some of you may instigate this without intentionally instigating it, just said the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person. But whatever the situation, whether you actually were the one who got the ball rolling here or not, the best thing that you can do is as quickly and as gracefully as you can exit the scene. Get out of the situation. You don't want to waste a lot of energy here because nothing's moving forward here. This is not good for anybody. So that's the advice there, is as soon as you realize you're in that situation, get out if you can. Now Saturday, what you have coming up is the Seven of Clubs. The Seven of Clubs just tells me that you are taking some kind of stand on Saturday. Usually this is just kind of setting some boundaries, letting somebody know, look, I don't mind being your friend and I don't mind helping you out, but on days when, like for an example, on days when I am working, I can't just drop everything and come running just because you need a ride to whatever. If I'm going to do these things for you, we have to plan them and we have to schedule them. So that's just one example of kind of taking a stand for yourself or setting some boundaries. This could be happening at work. I feel like for a lot of you, this is at work where you're taking a stand for yourself and kind of saying, you know, I don't mind helping you with your work, but my work has to come first. So I'm going to be done with my work before I help you with your work. That type of thing. Yeah, so that's basically what I see, is some way you're taking a stand for yourself on Saturday. Sunday, what we have coming up is the Fool card. This is my all-time favorite card. The only one that comes close to this is the Sun. This is another really good card. But the Fool card is a good card because it talks about, number one, a new beginning, freshness, woohoo. Also, it talks about starting that new beginning really as a leap of faith, trusting that intuition, that gut instinct that you have, and taking that leap of faith to follow that, whether it's logical or not. And sometimes it's really not. You may not be able to get much support. A lot of people may not understand why you're doing what you're doing. So this can be really, this can show up in any area of your life. This can be in relationship, this can be in work, this can be in your family, but it's a new beginning of something for you. A new adventure really is what I think of when I look at the Fool. So because you're following your intuition, that inner gut instinct, what's happening is Sacred Spirit is seeing that and saying, wow, that person's honoring me. Because you are following that instinct, intuition, whatever word you want to label it with. And Sacred Spirit says, oh, let me honor that person back. So when you take that little leap of faith, Sacred Spirit has your back. And as long as you stay tuned in on this whole little journey, Sacred Spirit will have your back. So the key is just stay tuned in for this whole journey, and it'll be an amazing, magnificent, wonderful, fruitful, profitable adventure. So what a great way to end your week, Libra. Thank you so much, all of you, for stopping by, for hanging out, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of your support. Everybody have a fantastic week. I'll see you back here the next time. Peace out.